Hello, welcome to Gamers 2 Cents, where we're the gaming bros, not the gaming pros. New week. Yeah, a lot of shit happened. Let's get started. First thing to talk about is...
Let's get started. Woo-hoo.
Let's do this.
Anyways, a couple goes viral after inviting Sony to their wedding and receiving free PlayStation games.
I'm jealous.
I need to get married right now so I could get fruit stuff from PlayStation. That's what I've heard.
So Sony, so they sent a card inviting them, right? So Sony responded.
Really nice meeting you.
What the?
Whoops. My bad.
What was that?
Black man, what are you
open
doing?
All right.
Mhm.
So basically,
flipping the tabs. I see how it is, man.
So Sony responded by sending them a congratulatory card and codes for games. So on the video, what the hell? I don't know if I can play this for sound, but yeah. So what they got basically, what you can see in the video is on Instagram is Spider-Man 2, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Fortnite stuff, MLB The Show, I believe. And there was a couple others that I personally couldn't see. I don't even know if I played this video. If you see it on the screen. Oh shit. I clicked it open. Uh-oh. Oh, no sound.
Oh no, don't do it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Sam, what are you doing?
So as you see on the Instagram video, showing the card, and then she lifts it up, and there's a bunch of codes. So it says, Aiden and Kristen, congratulations. What the fuck does it say? Congratulations on your marriage, and then it's followed by another print that says, congratulations, thank you for playing for us. And her caption says, thank you, PlayStation. That was so thoughtful of you guys. We loved PlayStation since we were kids. Heart emoji. But yeah, this is a feel-good moment that went around the gaming community. What do you guys think?
I love PlayStation, and I want to invite them to my wedding as well.
Oh yeah, PlayStation can come to my wedding. What? Hell yeah.
No. Anyways, it's just a feel-good moment. What do you guys think in general?
Oh, you would rather Xbox, Sob?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter.
Sob is on record for hating Sony and Xbox and all consoles, and Sob hates everything.
I do. Not related. Thank you. Yes, this is true. Now, moving on. So, with the Twitch summary here. How the fuck do I zoom in this bitch? There we go.
Control plus. The same way you zoom in on everything else.
So, Steam Deck, all the Steam Decks are currently unavailable in the USA. They already announced that the 256GB LCD version will be discontinued and not to return to stock. Obviously, as it says here, the shortages stem from AI data centers grabbing up DRAM and NAND supplies, driving makers like Samsung and SK Hynix to prioritize high-margin AI products. Phison CEO warns of widespread consumer electronics failures by late 2026, including drops in phone production and hits to PCs and TVs, while gamers vent frustration over scarce GPUs, skyrocketing SSD prices, and potential delays for console like PlayStation 6, which we're going to talk about after this. As you can see on the screen, here it is. Nothing available. Sold out, or out of stock. And in the bottom here, they say, note, Steam Deck OLED may be out of stock intermittently. Jesus. I try. In some regions due to memory and storage shortages. So, yeah. It's hitting us. What do you guys think?
The whole AI thing it's annoying because, like I said, it's causing shortages not just on Steam Decks, it's causing shortages everywhere. I think that's one of the things that we're talking about later on, the PlayStation as well. For potential delays for consoles like PlayStation 6. It's a problem that we're having. Like, yeah, the whole AI boom is an issue because, like you said, it's just the AI data centers are just buying out RAM left and right. That left and right, then it's just causing a massive problem for the entire industry as a whole. It's going to affect other markets too. I think other than just gaming soon. And I don't like it. I want them to stop because right now it's if I know correctly, like they're basically buying products, like their AI data centers are buying products that don't yet exist. Like they're giving money to companies to make them these things, and these things aren't even made yet. So it's gonna be a problem for a long time.
Yeah, I was surprised to see names like Samsung up here. I was like, oh wow, this is actually spreading pretty widespread. Damn, man, this just makes me feel like video games are gonna be really freaking expensive in the future. Kind of worried about how expensive everything is gonna be. Because this isn't the first time I heard of something like this happening. So it's yeah. I don't know. I don't know what else to say to this, but not good news. Definitely not. Saab, you have anything else you want to add?
Nope. We're gonna move on to the next topic. Sorry.
I love this next topic. This next topic is my favorite one. So
yes, it is Comrade. He
is
the one gonna tell us about this, Comrade. Go ahead.
I don't know what the next topic is. I just
the link I sent you in the damn message.
Oh, well, I'm so happy that you want to talk about this because this is in fact true. This is all about my favorite one. It's all about a continuation of the previous topic about how Bloomberg is claiming that the rampant AI demand for memory is forcing Sony to consider pushing back the launch of its PlayStation, all potentially, like I said, this is all speculation, all the way up until 2029. Now, this is actually kind of huge because this would be one of the, if this is true, this would be one of the longest generations that we have of a console in between a console, because usually they do release in various increments, and obviously like the last couple of generations we've had several issues come up, and like COVID and things like that, and that delayed things. But if it gets pushed all the way to 2029, this would be the longest time that we've been in a generation in a very long time. So basically this article is saying that because of basically the Sony group is now considering like changing this, and how it would be a major upset based on what they've already promised players and what they've promised to themselves, and how their rivals basically are also like potentially going to be taking advantage of this sort of lapse. The fundamental reason for the squeeze and build out of AI data centers basically is saying, yeah, it's an interesting article. I recommend to read, but like it's
Here, read this shit, damn it.
That's what. No, you did. You're the only one who reads these things. We just talk about them, Sub.
So, Comrade, it says right here, Bloomberg further claims that close rival of Nintendo company, which contributed to the surplus demand in 2025 after its new Switch 2 console drove storage card purchases. It is also contemplating raising the price of that device in 2026, people familiar with this plan said.
I already said that, son.
You didn't say that. You said
I summarized that.
Continue.
I summarized that, Sub. I mean, the article's done. What do you mean?
So I like how Bloomberg was just like, yeah, we're gonna sneak Nintendo and name drop Nintendo real quick.
No, Bloomberg is they have connections, so they are. We can't read the original.
They're insiders. They're insiders. They have people working close with these individuals, so they know things that most common people can't find out yet.
Bloomberg is big.
So they can. So they can hear, like, they hear the rumblings of this. This isn't, I'm sure this isn't like there's no one has told Bloomberg that we're not making games until 2020, or we're not making consoles until 2029. That's not what no one said, but there's like, I'm sure like Bloomberg has their inside people and they've had rumblings and rumors being told to them. Like, there's a stir going on in both Nintendo and PlayStation, claiming that it might not be possible to deliver the current console generation as intended with the fact that there's just nothing, there's no resources, because the AI data centers have claimed all the resources.
It's called Rampocalypse, by the way. That's the name currently for what's going on. It's the Rampocalypse.
The Rampocalypse.
So it's for everything. So yeah, the reason I can't pull up the main article is it's paywalled. So there would be more stuff, and I was trying to find, but it's very paywalled. The original article. But yeah, they got
because Bloomberg wants your money.
Yes, but yeah, AI is running rampant, and we are succumbing to it. So you better take care of your phone, all your electronics. Moving on.
No.
Right.
So, damn it. Here we go. So there was So God of War trilogy was revealed, right? The remake. Announced
Yes.
to be in the making half. And
Which we discussed in our previous video about the PlayStation State of Play, where it was announced. If you're interested in watching that.
yes, if you could only see my face with the cam when Cameron was talking. So
I was freaking the fuck out, yeah.
So here's the summary. Christopher Judge reveals God of War Trilogy Remake details at Fan Expo. The fuck, get out of here. Says the remake of God 1 through 3 is in early development at Santa Monica Studio, featuring new technology, a revamped fighting system. Oh god, that makes me nervous. And added content, with original voice actor T.C. Carson reprising Kratos while Judge has no involvement. Now, this became big because a Twitch streamer, what's her name? God damn. Fuzz?
I don't think that's her name. Her name is definitely not goddamn.
Fuzz Puzzy was at the expo, and she, here we go. I'm an idiot.
Met Christopher Judge.
Yes.
And questioned him.
No, she did not question. She was in line. Actually, I should play this shit, and it's muted. Here we go. At this time, and she could not bring her camera unless she was taking her she paid for photos and videos. So she handed off her phone to the event staff that's there to hold. She had that mic that's clipped on, and the clip was still going, so you could hear things he was talking about. So he was basically saying it's gonna have the revamped system, added all that stuff I just said, and obviously it went through the gaming community because it was just more juicy details behind it because people want to know because it's God of War. So after this whole stream that got exposed, he went on Twitch. As you can see on the screen here, he said, "Let me be crystal clear. I have zero involvement with the original games and what they involve. Full stop. As much as I would love that everything I do in the future would involve SSM, which is Sony Santa Monica Studios, right?
Yep.
Anyway, okay. And God of War.
Santa Monica.
Yeah, God of War. GOFW. God of War. I
have
other
other
projects.
Franchise. He misspelled. Yeah, it's fine.
I have other projects that I'm super excited about. More info this summer, because he said also there'll be more info in the summer, something like that. But I think that's where he was trying to say it's about his other stuff. But yeah, so this is a lot of stuff that had gone down. What do you guys think?
It seems to me like he he accidentally leaked this. I don't think he was supposed to. This was sort of information was supposed to go public yet. That he's also working on stuff, and that kind of got blown out of proportion a little bit because people got a hold of the fact that hey, he said this. But I'm sure God of War fans absolutely love the fact that he has confirmed that he's working on other projects with his version of God of War. But it is a little bit disheartening for me in the fact that hey, I don't if you caught that they starting working on the God of War trilogy is what this seems like to me. They announced it back in the Sony State of Play, and it made it seem like they were pretty far in development, but it does, based on what he's saying and based on what I'm hearing in reports, is they are in very, very, very early production of this trilogy remake. So I don't think we're going to hear much about it for a while, especially with current news about certain studios being closed down, which we'll talk about later as well.
Yes, and yeah, have you got anything to say?
Not really much else to add besides, well, I was gonna say what Comrade was gonna say at the end of his comment about it. I thought the game was kind of further in development, but this is kind of leading me to believe they're still kind of starting it. So that is kind of disappointing if you're a huge God of War fan.
Okay, I like Christopher Judge better as a voice actor anyway.
Shut your ass up.
So outside of that, I don't really have much else to add on this outside of that. So I guess we can go to the next topic unless you want to say anything else.
It's still God of War, okay? So
this is a continuation of it, yes. So going on,
David. So continuing on. So on the news that came out, another person had decided to come out the alleyway or his home to speak about the God of War Sons of Sparta, which is David Jaffe. He is actually the original creator, the mind of the God of War that started the first one. Man, he's basically said, what is it called? This is not God of War. An exasperated Jaffe says in his first 3 videos he's now made of the game. Basically, what were they, Sony Santa Monica, thinking? Like, what the fuck are they thinking? He continues. He's just going off. He is going off. He gets it, but this is not, he doesn't believe it. It says, in the bottom it says, Jeff adds that he doesn't believe anyone wants to play as kids in a God of War game. Nobody wants kids. We don't want to play as Atreus. We don't want spin-off as Atreus. Why do you guys keep making games about 15-year-old boys? Leave me alone. Yeah, this goes off the train, what he says. Anyways, he kept saying if he understands, basically, he said in his video, in his remarks. But he wanted it more. What game he said he wanted it like? Oh, here we go. Ultimately, Jaffe believes players wanted something closer to Blasphemous, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, and Shinobi Art of Vengeance. A smooth, ultra-violent. So, David Jaffe.
What the fuck?
I'm listening to this video. I didn't actually listen to the video, and I'm like this he's kind of see where he's going with this, but what the fuck is he talking about? Has he played God of War before?
He's the creator of Kratos and all that. I understand, and I get it.
That's the problem. It's like
he has his view already on what the series should be. Obviously, he left, so. But he's the guy, he doesn't like how there's so much story as well, he said in his video. So he wants more gameplay. So he's very old school. So, and this is the guy who also created Twisted Metal series, by the way. So his ideas are there, but he always does this. He just complains and stuff, and I get it. He's a game developer too, and he's a very passionate one. But I personally, I hear him, but I think God of War is doing well. He created it. I get it. Much respect to him, but it's not like the God of War series fell off. It got deeper. It got better every time. He started. He was the tip of the spear. So don't be mad. I get what he's saying though, because nobody wants to play kids, right? But I think it's intriguing because we always see where God of War is. He's fighting these things. So how far can you go with that, right? So the kids is quite refreshing, I think, when with the two brothers. But I get what he's saying. I haven't played the game. I want to, but I haven't played it. But yeah, I see where he's coming from.
I can attest and say this. It seems like this is the story of this game, if I'm not wrong. And you're the God of War expert on this, Sob, and correct me if I'm wrong. The story in this game is story that has been not necessarily told to us already in previous God of Wars, but like hinted at, or like left breadcrumbs and things like that. Because is that right? Like this isn't a new per se story. We've known that this happened, but we just never got it shown to us, sort of thing.
Yeah, we
Is
got
that true?
hints and stuff from it was on the first God of War, I believe, and then the PSP had flashback, I think, with the Deimos
So what
one.
this seems to me, is like this individual is sort of does it seems like he's like upset in a way that this game isn't in the typical God of War style. It's a different style that he doesn't like the style of the game, and he's upset that the control of the game sort of has gone out of his hands and it's going on to doing things that he doesn't like, and he's being very upset and bitchy the fact that it's no longer in his control and it's still succeeding in a way that he doesn't want it to succeed because he wants it to go back to the way that it was when he made it.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like he's just doing this for attention, to be honest. Like you're just crying just to cry, bro. It's not like they're making new God of War games in 2.5D from now on. They're just taking a different step, and you're over here doing this video, and it looks like it comes off as if you're just doing it to get views. And don't get me wrong, you're a content creator. I understand that's what you have to do, but I think this isn't as big of a deal where it should be headlining articles on websites. This is just somebody complaining about something that's pretty small, to be honest.
And then going off and saying, like, comparing a video game to a certain particular island, that is way off the fucking rails.
Yeah,
like, to go along with what you're saying, Half, it seems like you just flat out rage baiting at this point just to get views and attention. I don't think that he actually gives a flippin' fuck about the 2.5D aspect of the game. I think it seems to me like he's just flat out rage baiting.
He's not. Basically. I don't think he's rage bait. I think he's just a developer. He created these games that we grew up with that are still around or were big, and I think he's just old school. He wants to see more gameplay. Like he wants to see more creators doing cool shit. He likes Devil May Cry, by the way. So I believe that's one of the inspirations, the gameplay to make God of War originally, I believe. And you see the games he says, oh, it should be more like these games. And I've played, obviously, I want Shinobi, but I've played not Shinobi, I want Ninja Gaiden, but I've played Shinobi. That game is very, very fast paced, skill. It's just fun, high octane action. And I can understand from what he says and other people, it doesn't seem that way this game early on. But it does do its thing later. So I don't know. Maybe he didn't give it enough time. He said in the video he only gave it 1 hour. So I'm pretty sure this game
this might be another thing, because it might just be a fact that he just doesn't like side scrolls, to be honest. Because if I remember correctly, he played Metroid and he had a similar sentiment with not liking Metroid for being and types of the new Metroid. I believe he played one of the newer side-scrolling Metroids. This was a while ago, and I think he didn't like that as well. So I don't know where that was. That could be just full. I could be just full of fucking bullshit on that. I don't know. I thought I remember hearing something about him playing some other games that were side scrolls and not liking them. It might just be that he just doesn't like 2D games.
Probably.
No.
But anyways, we're moving on. Next is this was another big news. Like there's so much big shit coming out right now. So Jason Schreier of Bloomberg says PlayStation is shutting down Bluepoint Games. So it's pretty easy. You can see people are upset. This is a huge news because they made some of the best remake remasters ever. And they worked very closely with Sony usually because on their list of games that you can see here, they did the God of War collection, they did the Echo, and Shadow of Colossus collection, the well-known definitive version, the Metal Gear Solid HD collection, because that Master Collection sucks ass compared to that one. The Uncharted Drake collection, Gravity Rush Remaster, the Shadow of Colossus remake. Comrade, have you played that one? They made that one. And Demon's Souls remake for PlayStation 5. They also did work on PlayStation All-Stars, Flower, Titanfall, Xbox 360 port, and God of War Ragnarok.
Essentially, it's one of their biggest, most profitable, I feel like, it seems by this, most profitable studios, and people are just confused on why they got rid of it.
People are mad because they say, oh, well, this is PlayStation doing dumb shit because the last project they were working on was a God of War live service multiplayer game. So there's a little misinformation that's going around that people are thinking that PlayStation has been the ones forcing their studios to make multiplayer games. However, that is not true. And I will get to that later. Anyways, Herman Holtz is the guy who runs the PlayStation studios. This guy here you see on the screen. People are dogging on him because he's the guy who, green lights a lot of stuff. And has his say. And he had delivered, there was a email that was leaked, I think it was leaked, around Twitter. Anyways, here on Push Square, it's showing that he writes, "Hello everyone, I want to share an important update from the studio business. As I mentioned in the December town hall, 2025 has some strong highlights within PlayStation Studios. Ghost of Yotei launched with critical and commercial success. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach further showcased our commitment to narrative excellence. And Helldivers 2 and MLB The Show continue to drive ongoing player engagement and revenue. At the same time, we're operating in an increasingly challenging industry environment." A lot of people picked on that. "Rising development costs, that makes sense. Slowed industry growth, that definitely makes sense. Changing player behavior, yep. Can't change those roadblocks, people. And broader economic headwinds are making it harder to build games sustainably. To navigate this reality, we need to continue adapting and evolving. We've taken a close look at our business to ensure we're delivering today while still well positioned for the future. As a result, we will be closing Bluepoint Games in March. This decision was not made lightly. Bluepoint is an incredibly talented team, and their technical expertise has delivered exceptional experiences for the PlayStation community. I want to thank everyone at Bluepoint for their creativity, craftsmanship, and commitment to quality. Where possible, we will work to find opportunities for some impacted employees within our global network of studios. While I know this is hard news to hear, I'm confident in the direction we're headed. Creativity, innovation, and building unforgettable experience for players remain the heart of PlayStation Studios. We have a robust map for FY 2026. Now, anyways.
All right, stop. Before you continue on, take a deep breath. I know you just struggled through that.
I did.
Take a moment to breathe.
I did.
Take a moment to breathe, Saab. Like you did. I don't think you took a single fucking breath during that entire essay that you just read to me.
Anyways, people are pissed, okay? Because PlayStation has a plethora of IPs. And they said it themselves in their little special business chat meetings. why people are mad because Bluepoint they are the top makers of remakes and remasters. People are questioning, why didn't you send them to do Parappa the Rapper? I don't know, Dragoon, Legend of Dragoon, just other games that people want to see and play. People are dogging him because they said, "Oh, the last thing they were working on is that God of War live service." Who asked for that? Obviously, nobody. However,
However,
Shuhei Yoshida was on this podcast, as you can see, called by Last Stand Media, Sacred Symbols podcast. He went on this whole damn talk where he kind of exposed or spoke that actually a lot of the studios that were creating PlayStation Live Service games at the time was not PlayStation's fault. It was actually the studios were interested in making multiplayer games. So I'm going to assume, and this is a guy who's worked in the trenches with PlayStation since the first PlayStation was even born till PlayStation 4. So we hear from the mouth of somebody who's been there. There's a misinformation that's going around that's saying that PlayStation is forcing these studios. But Shuhei, he's very well liked. So people just say, oh, okay, that's fine. Well, he said it. PlayStation didn't force him. People thought Jim Ryan was to force him, but he said it. These studios are the ones that gather their ideas. Currently on Twitter, there's talks going around now. People are getting more information on Bluepoint Games. I don't have it pulled up. That actually, Bluepoint Studios are the ones who brought the idea of a God of War live service to PlayStation. Now, once this blows up, we're going to know that I'm going to believe that because Shuhei Yoshida has been in the trenches. So I need that information to stop. Check out this podcast. Listen to him. He's straight word of mouth of fucking somebody who's been working there. It is not Jim Ryan's fault fully. It is not PlayStation saying, hey, we need live service games. Stop making those single player games. I think the studios were just kind of tired of making single player games, so they wanted their hand at a multiplayer game. And obviously everything we're feeling now. But yeah, that's a lot I said. Go ahead, comrade. What do you think?
I mean, I would believe it. Like I said, when you have a company that only does one thing, like, oh, we're the remake company. Sometimes you want to get some variety, so you pitch an idea. I mean, we've seen the same thing with, I know Saab absolutely loves to rat on this game, but Beast of Reincarnation, they've been the Pokemon company for forever. And they pitched an idea to Nintendo to make their own game. I feel like that's the same thing that Bluepoint did. However, it worked out for Game Freak. It did not work out for Bluepoint, clearly. So I mean, I get it. I can see where they're coming from, and obviously, studios and their people, they will get burnt out from doing the same thing every single time. I completely see where that's coming from.
Yes, Bluepoint Studios before they wanted to make an original title. They did. That was well known. So
yeah, and I respect that they try to do the effort, but clearly something happened beyond the scenes that it didn't work out for them. And I guess, like you said, I don't know where this hatred is coming from, just directed at Sony. But if it is, like you said in this podcast, if that's true, that it's mostly the studios or the actual companies that are saying, "Hey, we want to make these games." I respect the effort. Sometimes it doesn't work out. I don't know if you have anything to add to that, Half.
Not really. You guys kind of just did a good job covering that, to be honest. We can move on unless you guys have anything else you want to say.
I get it though. Like, I get it. Like, if they were to...
People need a scapegoat sort of thing, and Sony is the easiest target right now because they don't know who to blame. So they put people blaming Sony.
Now,
Sony is the big boy, the big target is, I think, the easiest target to blame.
so this connects with the previous thing we were talking about, the God of War trilogy. The God of War trilogy is being made in-house by Santa Monica Studios. And I agree, at that point, you knew the God of War thing was canceled, the multiplayer. So why didn't Herman Holtz just say, you know what, you guys were working on that God of War thing. Why don't you just, here you go, let's see what you guys got in remaking the God of War 1 through 3. That's where I understand now. Where was the... You guys have funding and money for God of War, so, like... I'm confused on that bridging. Why didn't you bridge instead of saying, oh, we got... I'm pretty sure they had no projects for them after that, but then it's like, why is Santa Monica just holding on to it? Are they very cautious? What's going on? Like, I'm confused. Now, that's where my real blame of PlayStation goes. So
we'll see. There's also the whole point of... sorry, go ahead.
I just don't understand why they couldn't just move them over to doing the remake of God of War 1 through 3.
See, that's where my point goes. Is it's entirely possible that they couldn't do it if they were working on, like, so their own game. If they had teams working on their current game, they didn't have enough people to work on this as well. And then because of that, deals and talks with PlayStation with their parent company Sony fell through, and Sony decided to just sack them.
Just don't understand. It just makes no sense because they were working on the gameplay. That gameplay could have easily, at least, they have the experience. They had the games they remake and remaster are very top of the line. Like, if you were to match anybody else, nobody would be close to them. That's why they're very well respected. And Sony bought them for that reason.
But also there's probably a lot of big heads and big egos in the background that we're not getting the full context of, that we're not getting the full story of. Probably somebody happened in both sides, and there's a argument, and then there's a decision to say, okay, you're get out. Sort of most likely. I'm guessing that's what honestly happened. That's what it seems like to me happened.
I still find it silly personally because it's funny, you know how people are dogging on what's it called? Bungie. And I'm pretty sure Bungie costs we all know they cost way more money than keeping a studio with 100 people at that time, Bluepoint Studio, up. And that's why I'm still confused. I can see everybody's anger, like, oh, it's so confusing. It racks my brain.
Bungie is in a separate situation, as in Sony.
They're so much bigger, though.
Yes, and Sony paid so much money for them, they can't afford to close Bungie down because they need Bungie to stay alive and make them money to recoup the loss that they have of purchasing them. Bluepoint is one of the studios that's been around for a long time, so if they close it down, there's no significant loss of revenue for them in their eyes. Which might be wrong. Like I said, they might have made the God of War trilogy, which would have been fucking skyrocketing profits, but that's the problem, is, like, you don't know that. We don't know that. But strictly on paper, Bungie's not a good comparison to that, because Bungie needs to stay alive because Sony paid top dollar for them, and they need Bungie to recoup that money. If they destroy Bungie, then they're just at a deficit of millions of dollars. Go ahead, Sub.
Well, it's a good thing they're leading this console generation. Anyways, moving on. Half. This would be your part. The Quiddia
City.
Yeah. That topic. Half. Go ahead. He's gone.
Let me see.
The Evo.
Quiddia City.
No, let him read. He got it. Let him.
I believe
City owned RTS has taken full ownership of Evolution Champion Series and Evo fighting game events. This news comes after several shifts in Evo's ownership in 2025 when Sony started to bow out of the position.
Man, put some emphasis, and you didn't even read this shit. Well, go ahead.
You're right. Now Sony is entirely out, and so is former Evo co-owner Nodwin Gaming, as RTS assumes full control over the brand and its events. I don't know
What do
anything
you
about
think?
Quidia City.
They're Saudi, aren't they?
They are. That's usually not good news in the case of fighting games. But oh yeah, I did hear a little bit about this actually through the grapevine. That's why people were saying they're not going to Evo anymore because they didn't want it to be Saudi owned, and they wanted Evo to stay grassroots and for the people. But Evo has kind of been commercialized for the past. mm, When did Evo get really commercialized? I don't know. That's a good question because Evo started out with just a group of friends playing games together, meeting up on weekends. So I'm kind of wondering like where the turning point is. But to stay on topic,
I
yeah,
get it. I get it though.
if
It's
if
homegrown in the United
Quidius,
States.
yeah, it's Evo's a very homegrown grassroots thing. So a lot of people are disappointed about this because they feel like, without getting into too much detail, they feel like the Saudis are gonna mess this up, I guess, for lack of better words, and without getting into details and really going in on this.
Yes, go into a bit of details because Fatal Fury is
No,
going to be the best game, the most advertised game in that slot because they own that game.
well, yeah, and they juiced it up with money, which is part of why people were worried about them owning other things like Evo and stuff like that. Like I don't know, Fatal Fury, this new one to me was kind of trash, to be honest. People, barely anybody's really playing this. The only reason most people seem to be playing this is just because they have a large prize pool of money in majors. That would be my only incentive. Other than that,
My question for you is why is 2XKO in this Evo? 2XKO isn't even out yet officially. How are people playing 2XKO if it's not even out yet?
that is the question we all wonder, comrade. Nobody has been able to wrap their head around how this happened, but here we are playing games that are completely unfinished.
It's called money because Riot Games has money.
I'd rather them take their time and take an extra couple years to give us a full, complete game
It's
rather
okay. What
than.
happened? Did they shut down that game or something? Didn't they stop development of it, sub or something like that?
We will get to that next time, but yeah, we won't delve into big time. But basically, um, it's Saudi owned, right? Comrade, summarize this right now since you had time
Yes.
to
So
look at
the
it.
Qiddiya City is a Saudi-owned company, or basically that's over the course of a while, now and officially has fully absorbed Evo, um, for our 100% ownership of the Evo brand. So basically, what this means, it's claiming that it promises that it will maintain the values and identity of Evo, and that Evo will remain unchanged. But obviously, fans are watching very closely because Evo 2026 is coming up real soon. Uh, so uh, everyone is very skeptical because we have several other examples of Saudi owning companies coming in, taking ownership of several companies, and things are changing rapidly in those companies to the detriment of the player in the way of basically going profits margins. So this, like you said, this is a grassroots. Evo is very much grassroots, so it's concerning. I agree, Half. I agree with you a lot on that. It's very concerning.
Yeah.
I don't know
So,
if you
you
have.
got anything you want to add, Saab?
Yeah, great reading.
Thanks.
Do you think that City of Wolves is not doing very well, right? So
Right.
you all this money. Do you think the money will improve everything? Do you think they keep
No.
adding prize pool
No.
after prize pool? Do you think that over time everybody will leave Evo? Do you think there'll be another type of Evo grassroots tournament that'll grow bigger and bigger?
Okay, all right. Let me answer all these questions. Do I think the money will improve everything? No, it'll make it'll make the top players want to play tournaments more. That's cool, but we all know that the casuals make the money in fighting games, so they're just gonna lose there. Um, do I think there's gonna be another Evo, another Evo against this Evo? Yes, possibly. There's been little rumblings talking about people coming together and making something separate, not like Evo. I mean like Evo, but with a different name or something.
Not on the same
Um,
scale, sort of thing.
yeah, coming together, something that's not going to be infiltrated and sold off, I guess, for lack of a better word. And
Yeah.
um and yeah, some people are like striking against Evo. They're refusing flat out, saying they're not going to Evo anymore. And that's the end of their Evo streak because of this. So it's affecting people differently. Me personally, I never been to Evo, so I can't really speak much on it. Do I think Evo is still going to be a fun ass event? Hell yeah. If I could afford to go there this year, I would. Um, but yeah,
Well,
this is causing a divide amongst people.
let me ask you a question, Hap, as well. Like I said, I don't know if you know the answer to this. I don't, but have you heard if these people who are trying to strike against Evo, is that mostly fans, or are there like some high profile actual like participants of the tournaments, like
Both.
that are also okay?
Like Sonic Fox. He's one of them.
Hmm.
Say he's not going to Evo anymore.
It's because he's
Because
gay.
of this,
Gays. He's gay because Sonic Fox is gay. He said it on his
So
thing.
it's
On
so
his Twitter.
and he is going against Saudis. I get that. Okay, go ahead.
Saudis
Hap, go
don't
ahead.
like
yep.
gays. Saudis don't like gays.
So it's big people and small people. Few and far between. People like
Understandable.
us and big people like him.
Hmm. I get you. I get you.
Yeah.
Oh, so
You got
he's
anything else?
also black, comrade.
The Saudis hate both of those things, so
There you go.
But
so it's
yeah,
not good.
it's crazy. Like Saudis are buying up everything. It's so bad. EA's gonna change once they get that. So enjoy Battlefield 6 while it's there. Even though Vincent Pella's gone. Game
May
impressions.
he rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace. Game impressions. Half, start us off.
What games have I been playing lately? It's really been a lot of Cyberpunk, man. Cyberpunk and Liza P. Um, I'm still
Oh
stuck
shit.
at the same part I was in Liza P that I was in 2025 in December. It is not a boss. It is a mini boss. And what pisses me off and why I'm stuck at this mini boss is because it takes literally 7, maybe like 5 to 6 minutes to go through an obstacle to get to the mini fucking boss. There is no save spot or checkpoint before that boss. So every time I die, I have to start at the beginning of the bloody stage and work my way through the freaking obstacle and go up all these levels just to die at this mini boss. And he's a pain in the ass to fight. We know these games, in order to beat them, you have to die a lot and you have to learn the enemy patterns. Yo, this guy murks me in like 10 seconds. I barely get time to read him. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to turn the difficulty down. I didn't want to be a pussy, but I did it, right? So I turned the difficulty down, and guess what? I still lost, and I'm still stuck on him. It's frustrating. So the game is fun aesthetically, but fuck, man, I'm getting owned right now. Even on the easiest difficulty, trying to beat this stupid ass sub boss, and I just don't think I have the patience. Cyberpunk though, I've been playing that a lot. That game's been fun as hell, man. Holy shit, that's an experience. Very, very fun. Got like 77 hours in it, about to hit 80. And then been playing Star Ocean, the second story, my pixelated JRPG games, and that game has been that game is an absolute banger if you're a JRPG fan. Definitely grab that. And that's all I have to say. Comrade.
For us, it's honestly like I've been playing Sob's the favorite game that Sob loves to
Overwatch.
hate.
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Fucking.
Overwatch 3 has been a lot of fun. I've been playing with a friend of the channel, Pan Lukashik, mostly. We keep trying to get Sob to play with us, but Sob loves to hate the game and refuses to get anywhere within a 10-foot-mile radius of it. I don't know why I said 10-foot-mile. That doesn't make any sense. Those are completely whatever. I ignore that. Pretend I didn't say that. But I've been having fun with it. Like I said, it's like it's one of those games where I absolutely hate Overwatch,
We held them. So
but I love to play it.
Back, we're good.
I'm coming. But I'm having fun. And we've been actually doing Apex a lot as well. We've been grinding out Apex. We have a few fun moments of it where our friend, like I said, Pan Lukashik, Sab was watching us actually a while ago, I think. Pan Lukashik and I were getting absolutely dogpiled on, and Pan Lukashik had to call me out because he went like he got like 4 kills. We were in the top 3. He had like 4 kills in that one fight in the top 3 where he killed like 4 people, and I had the entire round. I had 10 damage total done. So he shit on me. He was flaming me, so I had to lock in, and then we actually ended up winning that game where we both had like over 10 kills each. So we locked in, and we actually got a battle royale, like a win. So
Nice.
So we're having fun with those, playing games like that. So I'll leave it to you, Sob. Like I said, I haven't been doing much single player stuff. I know you have stories to tell. Oh, I will say, I remember last week, Sob called me out on High Guard that I didn't put in as many hours as I had claimed I did, and I respect that. Like I said, that's my bad. So I played a little bit more High Guard to actually, I can't say that I did something and not actually do it. So I was playing a little bit of High Guard as well. I got a couple more hours in there, like I said, but it's not too much. Like I said, it's not much more. I'm falling off on the hype for the game. It's I still want to
There
like
was no
the game,
hype.
but
There was just hate.
my hype. I enjoy the game. Like I said, I still want to like the game, but it's yeah, there's still problems with the game that aren't getting fixed, and I'm just like I said, my enjoyment of playing the game is lessening every time I play.
Maybe it needs a number, so it says High Guard 2, and then the race number 2 back to High Guard. Maybe you'll like it.
You know what? That would really increase my enthusiasm for the game. If High Guard 2 released, I would be very excited. You're right, Sub. I appreciate that. Very enlightening comments and how you've added to my enthusiasm greatly. As you can tell by the sound of my voice, how absolutely fucking ecstatic I am about the prospect of a High Guard 2. You know what? Better yet, make a High Guard 3. That would be even better. I'm so happy you brought that up. I'm going to leave it to you before I say something even more enlightening to you.
He's gonna trigger me, basically. This motherfucking.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I've been playing High Guard. I've been trying to acquire these 2 trophies, and it's been fucking pissing me the hell off because I think it's glitched. Showing on the screen here. What the hell? Right here. Diffuse 20. Jesus. Defuse 20 generators when defending your base. Sounds easy, right? Not really. Because when you're trying to defuse, the team's gonna fucking go straight ravenous on you. I actually acquired this freaking trophy last night. The one that's pissing me off is send their regards on screen. Eliminate 77 enemies with legendary weapons. Holy crap, I think this is glitched because I've been straight going to 5v5 matches because I think I have the most time. And I don't help people during team fights. I just go to the drop. Usually there's some enemies there. And then I just stay back and just I don't go into when I go into team fights, I just walk slowly so nobody hears me come in. Then I go around the corner, shoot 3. So I'm just trying to just use that legendary weapon. So I got one match, I got 6 kills, maybe 7, with my LMG. Bro, and like it says, awarded on match completion. Okay, match passes. Says, I was at 48. I think 48, 47, and it said, "Oh, you got 48 kills now." When I got 6 or 7, it's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
It's driving me crazy. Is this one trophy? I am being my trophy whore right now, because once I get that, I get the platinum, which is called Pendragon. It's a 10.86% rare trophy on PSN profiles, as you can see. Fuck the trophy.
You better hurry. You better hurry up and get this trophy, Saab, before the game dies and you can't get it anymore.
Correct. What he said. I don't know if it's gonna die or not. I don't know. It's gotta. Actually, that's a good question, Conrad. Thank you. Let's go to Steam charts. People can see on.
Well, I mean, you're getting sidetracked now.
I'm
So
not getting
I
sidetracked.
sidetracked you. It's all my fault.
Right
I
now there's
apologize.
1,242 people playing on Steam. Obviously, that doesn't include.
That's
consoles.
weird coincidence. That's about the same amount of people as who play Predecessor. That's weird. Is Predecessor gonna die too, Sub?
I don't know, Conrad. Is it?
Yes, it is.
Fuck you, Mister. I only play Overwatch. Overwatch is the best game because it doesn't take a lot of effort.
Yes, that is exactly why I play Overwatch, because it doesn't take a lot of effort. It's easy to get into. Thank you for bringing that up, Sub.
Anyways, but yeah, that's it. Get any games you're looking forward to? This will be our final one. Half.
Let me see what's on my wish list.
Oh God, I'm gonna fall asleep now.
Games I'm looking forward to.
New games that gonna release in the future.
I'll tell you
or
games.
this month.
I'll tell you this. I'll give you a banger. I'll tell you the next games I'm gonna buy pretty soon.
Oh, I don't want to hear that.
Hell yeah, let's do it. I want to hear this. Let's see it, Half.
All right. So first one we got that just came out February the 20th. Hori Plant. Dungeon crawler, clicker. Very darkish kind of game. Really like the vibe on this. Looks very interesting. Only $7 right now. That's looking pretty cool.
Gonna play this Hori Plant. Hori Plant.
Yes.
I've seen it. I see it. I have the trailer up. It's not games you play.
Yeah, so that game looks really cool. I was gonna get Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, but I just realized the sale ended, so I'll have to wait on that.
Don't buy that game; it's too good for you.
That game looks sick. That game looks fucking sick. Fear and Hunger, looking to get that game. That game looks fun. And I don't even know how to say this. Effulgence RPG. EFFULGENCE RPG. That game looks really cool. As far as the art style goes and stuff, I don't know. It reminds me of like playing with those boards that we had as kids, and they were like light up darts you can put on the board to create faces. I don't know if anybody remembers that. I don't know what it was called, but the game looks really cool. So yeah, those are some I have my eye on, without going into too much, bringing up too many video games.
I said new ones.
Those are new ones. Effulgence RPG came out last year in December 2nd, and then Hori Plant came out in February the 20th this month.
You definitely a fool, gents.
You a fool. And then Dino Crisis, which came out. Dino Crisis came out in February. The remake. They just remade it.
Talking about new games.
Bob just loves the hate of the fact that you are having fun playing games. Half. He doesn't want you to have fun. He wants you to play the new, fresh take that you hate.
Right. Like, what does this guy want, man?
I will tell you, Saab. Let me tell you all about the new games that I'm most excited for. You know, there's this wonderful game called Tomb Raider: Legacy of Atlantis that's coming out soon. If that's far in the
How
future,
soon?
that's
How
coming out
soon?
eventually. I'm super excited for that. You know, another game I'm interested in that I've been keeping my eye on for a lot. It's called Chrono Odyssey. That's an interesting game. It's not out yet, and it's one of the ones that I've had my eye on for a lot because it has that interesting like time stop mechanics
I'm pulling it
it's
up.
intrigued me ever
I'm
since I've
pulling it
seen
up.
it.
I'm pulling it up.
I'm interested to see how it actually plays
Wait, there's no
in its
gameplay?
actual multiplayer setting.
Oh.
There's gameplay of it. You're probably just watching a trailer. It's still in a alpha beta sort of state. So it's an interesting game. Like I said, there's been a lot of gameplay released of it, and it intrigues me. Like I said, the whole
Who
world,
makes
the
it?
whole concept, this type of genre of games. So I want to know more about it. There hasn't been much released about it yet. So it's just something that I've been keeping my eye on. Another game I've been keeping my eye on is Soulframe. I don't know if you know anything about it. This is from the developers of Warframe, but they went in a completely different direction. Warframe is the type of game that's known a lot from the people like as the like ninjas in space kind of game.
Yeah, Half and I
basically.
played it. Half and I played it. We had such a good time.
I played it a while ago. Like I said, I was really into it.
That was
And
sarcasm.
early nowadays,
Sarcasm.
they've added a lot. They've added a
Sarcasm.
lot of stuff in it. I don't mind. I'm telling you my point of view, Sub. And I said I had fun with an early game. Nowadays, they've added way more stuff to it, and I've kind of gotten lost, sort of thing, in the track. It's a whole different game from back when I played it, way back in the day. So yeah, I kind of fell off of it. I completely agree. Soulframe they went in the complete opposite direction where they're going like medieval instead of the whole like space. And like I said, as it's well documented, I'm a fan of the whole medieval RPG thing. So this is another game that I'm interested in. I've been keeping my eye on for when it gets out of early access and into full release. Assuming that I don't decide to buy into the early access of Soulframe, because I'm considering it. Is that far enough into the future for you, Saab? Are those good enough for you?
I was saying soon released, but yeah, I pulled up the trailer and looking at it.
Of which one?
The game Soulframe.
Yeah, I like I said, it looks fun.
Yeah, you definitely.
And I know that
like
the developers of Warframe are competent developers. You might not like the game that they made, that's fine, but they're competent developers. They know what they're doing.
Ask Half what he thought of Warframe.
What, did you like it? Hell yeah, Warframe is fire.
You stopped playing it, you fucking liar.
So did I. I enjoyed it. That doesn't mean that just because I stopped playing it doesn't mean I didn't enjoy my time playing it.
Exactly.
No.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, comrade. While we're here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This is the scenario.
Oh shit.
You purchase a game for $20, right?
Yeah.
You get 40 hours of enjoyment out of that game before you stop playing it. Okay, you don't beat the game, but you put it down and just don't return to it. Do you feel like you got your money's worth?
Hell yeah, I did.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. All right, Saab, you can wrap this up.
Soulframe was free, jackass. I mean, Warframe was free, jackass.
Warframe is a free game. I played it for 61 hours. I had a great time doing it. I stopped playing it. I haven't played it since 2023, according to this. I think I had my money's worth. You know what? Now that you say that, maybe I'll re-log in, see if I can get back into it. Like I said, back in 2023, it was a completely different game. I've been keeping up with it a little bit. It is so many updates that have happened in that game compared to before, and that's a completely different game now. What were you saying, Saab? What did you say?
Saab feels like unless you beat a game, if you don't beat the game, then you didn't get your money's worth.
It's a
Some is an
single.
achievement whore. Unless you go in and you don't get every single achievement and the platinum, you wasted your time.
No, I don't. Anyways, so yeah, that's our last talk. Thank you for listening. Like and dislike. Leave comments if you like. We also post the references in the info, and we also have what's it called? Chapters.
Chapters now.
Yeah, we're trying to better ourselves. So thank you for anyone who's listening. We appreciate it.
If you have any comments or suggestions on how we can improve, you could leave those in the comments as well.
I
We
fucking
read
said
all
that.
comments.
I fucking said that already.
Yeah, I'm better.
Buy me a coffee.
Yes.